Hello fellow schoolers, and welcome to the fifth game of the Swiss featuring Composition A. And as previously mentioned, I just need to win all my next 3 games and I'll be secured a spot in the top 8. So pretty easy, right? Let's see how this goes. My next opponent is Thomas. It's one of my childhood mates. I grew up with him in a village. And we played Magic back in the day and have been doing that for a long time. He lives at another part of the country now, but we met up at this tournament, so great fun to see him again. So, without further ado, let's go over his deck. So this is Thomas's trick deck. I call it sorta a trick deck because usually tricks is more about using Winds of Change in conjunction with Underworld Dreams. But this guy, he only has the Winds of Change in the sideboard. Other than that, it's revolved around getting out Underworld Dreams and a lot of burn, 4 lightning bolts, 4 chain lightnings, and a couple of fireballs, just to really burn the other guy out. We have 4 black whites as well, and a fork just to really double up on that burn strategy. Then it has white in it for removal, just a bunch of removal here. Wrath of God, Swords to Plowshares. We have those altered disenchants with a FU hand on them. And the only creatures in this deck are 2 factories and 4 Savannah Lions. And I imagine those are in there just to get 1 or 2 pokes in if they can manage it, just to really ping the other guy with even more damage. So a lot of removal, a lot of burn, and Underworld Dreams, and a single disc, I guess, just as a defensive measure. So this deck is all about really doing the damage early on, and then defending itself with its removal, and surviving just for long enough in order to ping the other guy out. We see the sideboard strategy here. It's a bunch of Anks of Mishra. They work well with the black mices, and also with that Armageddon that he has in there as well. We have a bunch of Spirit Links. Those will be nasty against my Jusumjins if he brings them in. So I have to be mindful about that, but obviously I don't know what I'm going to play against here. And obviously we have 4 Red Blasts against a lot of the tier 1 archetypes of the format. There's also an additional disenchant, so that he can work against maybe against Circular Protection Red and Circular Protection Black, or Greater Realm of Preservation, though that will really block him, so he needs to be able to remove that. There's a couple of sinkholes here. I don't know what that's against. He has many outs against Library, as is, with those Underworld Dreams and Black Wises. So I don't know. Mazes of Ith, he's not worried about them. He only has 4 Savannah Lions. So I don't really know what the plan is there, but I'll have to ask him. So this is his opponent, Composition A, and this is yours truly, out traveling here. So we've seen it a bunch. It's an odd matchup, this one, because we are both he plays a trick, so that's a lot of stuff with Underworld Dreams, really going into that combination with that, also with those Winds of Change off the sideboard if he wants to. And half of Composition A is like an Underworld Dreams deck, so we're going to combo into each other's stuff here, but obviously I have a lot more creatures and a lot less burn in my deck. 4 Jusumjins, Soul Canal the Swamp King, Singy Vampire, 4 Hypnotic Spectres, and 4 Mistress Factory. And this version of Composition A is 4-colored. Sometimes it's 5, but this time around it's a 4-colored deck. Mid-range, coming up against an almost creatureless trick burn deck. Let's see how this matchup plays out in match number 5 of this tournament. And Thomas is on the right here on the brown playmat, and I'm on the left on the Sorceress Queen playmat. I don't know who's on the play, we shall see. Oh, he mulliganed. Okay, down to 6 cards it seems. Trying to show his hand here, and I do as well. Neither of us succeeds. We can spot a bit here. There's Black Wise on the Underworld Dreams on his hand. And a fork. Okay. So Scrubland coming out. And a Mox Pearl out of Composition A. Always nice to have a bit more tempo with the Mox. Composition A is fully powered, but yeah, it does kind of neuter that Black Wise because he's on the draw, and I played that Mox, so I only take a single point of damage from it. That's nice. So I don't know what I'm against here, so just kind of trying to postpone him. Could be a tuck, could be anything really. Black-wise though, 7 Lion. So with a plateau, sorta plowsharing that, I know now that, okay, he wants to finish me as fast as possible, just by those few cards, you already know. Now, this could be Lion Dipper Tuck. Oh, I mindful his hand. Okay, so we get a bunch of cards here, Fork and Honorable Dreams, and I think it was a Wheel of Fortune or something. Brutal punch in here. A lot of intel as well. He draws into a Chain Lightning, or that was his last card or something, so it just burns me. But he's down to 1 land. If I can sinkhole that, that'd be brutal. Soul Ring coming out. No creatures though. We just need to draw into some threats here. Another Blackwise, I don't really mind. Being well below. Just mana flooding here. No threats, a lot of mana. He bolts me again. This might get dangerous pretty soon. Down to 12. And he's at 22 or something. We need to draw something here. He's mana starved, but there's a very low mana curve. You can just fling those bolts at me. There's a Lion. Probably doesn't play with many lanes in his deck. I didn't quite catch that from the deck picture, but with a mana curve like that, most are 1-drops. Spectra coming out. No. Okay, I kind of take that back. There's a real dilemma here. Time walking first. Okay, I think... why first though? Why was that important? A bit weird. I could play the Spectre now and attack. There's something else I'm up to. 5 mana? Okay, then I cast Balance to get rid of the... Okay, because I have enough mana left from the Moxen to really make it work, and then I can play the Spectra from the tap lanes. So removing his Savannah Lion and getting a Spectra out of my own, unanswered here, getting another card out of him. But that's another land. It's kind of risky though, being both against bolts and swords to plowshares. Oh, okay. I kept the City of Brass. That's a Swords to Plowshares on the Hypnotic Spectra. Yeah, so we need to draw into more threats. Probably need another black mana source actually. Can only keep a single land. That's a City of Brass. Okay, so it's gonna ping me a heck of a lot here. That's always dangerous against burn, but as long as he doesn't draw any lanes, I suppose it can't be all bad. But he can still fling those bolts at me. 11 life left. Okay, here we go. Underwood Dreams. Pinging me for 2 damage, so it's taking 5 points of damage in that round. With a lightning bolt and a couple of Cities of Brass. Okay, that's a scrub lane, so now he can actually use his disenchants. Okay, just passing the turn right back to Thomas. He plays a scrub lane, passes the turn to me. At least that Underworld Dreams sort of pings him a bit. So I have the advantage, but I can't be too slow here, otherwise he might kill me. Yeah, the camera tilted here. We see it just slowly moving down here. It looks kind of eerie. Yeah, so we can just make out that I disenchant his Blackwise. As I remember, we rectified this later on, just in a wee bit here. Look at this, it's so weird. Okay, what happened here was that I disenchanted one of his Blackwises, and then I think I used a Black Lotus and cast a small Brain Geyser, and then I casted Yusum Jin. Sorry about that intermission. I rectified this problem later on, so it doesn't happen again. Okay, he plays a disc here with a Dark Ritual. He needs that out now, because I said Yusum Jin staring him down. At least it pings me though, so I'm going down to 8. I can't really use those Cities of Brass too much anymore. It might be too dangerous against him with also when there's a Yusum Jin pinging me. So Yusum Jin comes in. He needs to work double time here, or overtime. Chaos Orb though. Okay, now we need to really get rid of that Nevinyrral's Disc here. Really crucial flip. Let's see if it hits. Oh, yeah, barely made it work here. Bouncing a bit off the canvas, but removed that disc. It's nice for me, not so nice for my opponent. But I am down to 8 points of life. And he can, if he starts to bolt me a lot, might be difficult. I think I disenchanted his black-wise actually because I needed to get rid of a card in order to not take damage from them after that Brain Geyser. Now I remember, because it was an odd pick to use a disenchant on it, but what can you do? I can't take any more damage from him if I can help it, because I'm too low at this point. I need to survive long enough for that do some gen to secure the win. And Underworld Dreams. Oh, he fireballs me though for 3. I'm down to 5, going down to 4 in the upkeep. Within bolt range here. So coming in again with the do some gen. Let's see what happens. Time Twister. Oh yeah, that actually kills him. Yeah, the Mind Twist. He's tapped out, so he can't bolt in between the draws. So he draws 7 cards with that Time Twister, taking 7 points of damage with that Underworld Dreams combination. So do some gens in conjunction with Underworld Dreams and draw 7s really held through here, making Composition A win the first round, being down to 5 points of life. And I would be at 4 in my upkeep. So we're going to sideboard a bit here. I'm likely to take in Circular Protection Red and some Divine Offerings against those artifacts. He might take in all his Spirit Links. Let's get ready for round number 2. And in round number, in the second turn of round number 2, we discovered that the camera didn't start properly. So we started it here. Just a quick recap. He played Plateau and then lightning bolted me straight out. I played a City of Brass and a Mox Pearl, used the Pearl to cast a Sol Ring, used the City of Brass and the Sol Ring to cast a Demonic Tutor. And now I'm tutoring and passing the turn back to him. So already taking 4 points of damage, 1 from the City of Brass and 3 from that Lightning Bolt. This might be a bit dangerous. When he flings his bolts so early, it might be because he has a Wheel of Fortune in hand. We shall see. Ancestor Recall, I likely tutored for that. Could have taken a Mind Twist, but I do think that I lacked lands in hand here, so I wanted to draw into some of those. He got a Strip mining his Plateau, so now he can't cast Wheel of Fortune. Maybe I had that in hand actually. Dark Ritual though. Oh, another Demonic Tutor here. With such a low mana curve that he has, sometimes you can just really mess those guys up because they don't have that many lanes. So if you sinkhole like a red mana, you might not have it. Oh, another Dark Ritual into an Underworld Dreams against me here. Luckily I got my Ancestor Recall out, but I mean, now I'm getting a dose of my own medicine here. My draw 7s are worthless, so is my Brain Geyser. I might have taken the draw 7s out against him actually. In a matchup like this, it can be a liability. So now I'm Mind Twisting his hand. 3 cards, let's see what he got. Breath of God and Balance and Source to Blanche. There's just a lot of removal cards, but he's mana starved. And that cracking that Plateau was pretty damn crucial. He only has a black mana source. Sinkholes main, they're great. Factory. Okay, what do we have here? Do some gen coming out. Let's see if he took in those Spirit Links. He needs a white mana source though, and having lost 2. Okay, and in his end step, I disenchant his Underworld Dreams with the City of Brass, going down to 11 points of life. But well ahead here. Factory coming out. So attacking for 7, 8, pumping the other one of the factories with the other factory. So yeah, 8 point smackdown here. Let's hope he gets the land. I mean, if he had that Plateau, it would be a totally different game, especially if I didn't Mind Twist him as well. But there aren't any answers with a single black mana that can handle these threats. Coming in for 9 here. I think, no. Just 7. Suppose I need the mana. Yep. And a Sushi. Okay, I've taken the Sushis in. Maybe I feared the Abyss. And I also wanted more creatures that couldn't be bolted. I likely took my Spectres out. Reminds me of my last card here. No, just a single card. Getting a disenchant. I take a point of damage from the Dusumjin. This second round seems a lot more one-sided than the first game was. Coming in here for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage in that attack. Yeah, Compensation, once it starts punching, it goes really fast, but my opponent was mana starved here. That sinkhole, removing that plateau, and thereby his red and white mana, really messed up his game plan here. So, made it work here. Composition A took this 1-2 to 0. Next up, I'll have a quick kitchen table game, best of 5, and we also, I think I'm getting sent some games to me from the 4 Horsemen, and we'll look those over as well. I hope if I can make the files work. In any event, we can see our sideboards here. I took out my draw 7s, took out all my Spectres and a Dusumjin, took in the Sushis, and yeah, what you see here makes sense, I think. At least that's that. It's always good when your sideboard strategy makes sense, even in retrospect. It's not always the case. Anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.